All right, man, it's official. I cursed every good team in the East besides the Pacers, and I had a fantastic time watching them this entire playoffs, and that will continue. Thunder Pacers game 1 is, Thursday? My preview for that should be out at the latest Monday. We'll do some how the Pacers got here, we'll do some Knicks big picture stuff, but real quick just for this game, the defense by Nembhard more so in this one on Brunson, sticking to him on screens, great plays of Miles Turner contests him, but then Nembhard knows that Brunson's going to try to throw the pass to Mitchell Robinson underneath the basket, so he steals that. Or maybe Brunson beats him initially, but then Nembhard just stays with him and has a great contest from behind. Stuff like that. You also had just plays where Nembhard and Siakam double cat, shot clock violation. Siakam also just held up well in some one-on-ones in the post against Cat in this one. You did still get some times where Cat's beating somebody on these just insanely reckless drives. He's definitely bordering on offensive fouls. He definitely should have got one when he needed Miles Turner. But still, Cat and Brunson, they got some stuff to go. They didn't have outright horrible games, but definitely not good enough games. Honestly, OG and McHale were bailing them out of a lot of stuff, especially when it felt like the first half. But then, as it often does with the Pacers, you just get these back-breaking sequences, man, where, one of those Siakam plays I'm mentioning where Cat just couldn't score on him in the post. I think that was one of the Thomas Bryant threes. Cat missed free throws, become a Nesmith transition three. Nembhard transition threes, Siakam leak outs, Siakam just pushing it off of a make, whatever. We know the story with this Pacer team. One of the questions whenever they're in a playoff series is the other team ready for all the Pacers stuff? And the Knicks were not able to keep that stuff down enough. And then eventually you had Halliburton scored on Cat dropping back on screens, or Cat just kind of getting frozen on what do I do? Do I go high up on him, or what am I doing? Or, putting Brunson in action over and over again late there. Anyway, the Halliburton-Sabonis trade. In the moment, I, of course, said it was the stupidest thing of all time for the Kings. And then, because I try to be nice, walked it back. And also, they made the playoffs last year, the whole thing. Well, here you go, man. Among other things, that trade changed Pacer fans' basketball lives. Not just for right now, but for a very long time. It also freed up Turner. That was a big thing with that one. His offense and his just pick and pop spacing and everything and what it does for them. Nesmith, oh boy. I remember when the Celtics drafted Nesmith, Celtics fans, we were very excited. And then I'm pretty sure he just didn't play at all for his first game, definitely. And just for a decent chunk into his rookie season, it was just so Brad, he's just not, we're not going to do this? Okay, cool, man. And then when he finally did get minutes, it was he can't shoot because he's in no rhythm at all, but he was always playing really hard. Nembhard, second round pick. And then remember how much praise they got from me and everybody when they made the Siakam deal and they didn't move any of their core guys at all. And then Carlisle, look, I don't know exactly where he is on the list, but if you start naming the best coaches of all time, you're getting to Rick Carlisle. There's definitely some names above him, don't get me wrong, but he's up there. And to just build the whole identity of this team around Halliburton compared to the defense around Dirk operating mostly around the free throw line way back in 2011. Great stuff. We'll have more to talk about with the Pacers in not too much time. Let's do a big picture thing with the Knicks. First off, no, I don't think Tibbs gets fired. Of course, there's going to be some valid criticism of him. His rotation stuff is always a convo, and he did get more adventurous with it as the series went along. I don't know if you want to give him points for that, but it's just an observation. Maybe I'm crazy on this one, but it feels like there's more to build on with a Cat Brunson two-man game than what they've really done. It does feel like those two operate not completely independent of each other, but decently independent of each other more than I think you'd really want. I think at the least what the Knicks could use is a wing who is a better shooter and defender than Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart. I have said many nice things about his rebounding, cutting, screen setting, hustle, flow of the game, passing, and all that. The dude also did not hit the rim, I think, on 2 different threes tonight. I'm not saying they have to move on from him. You can have Josh Hart. He can still help you win in a specific role. Don't get it twisted, okay? But also, sometimes it's too easy for teams to help off of him, and also with the Brunson-Cat pairing for his... I think to make it work defensively with those two, I think you need 3 as good of defenders as you can find around them at kind of all times, and I do also think Tibbs should entertain more of these lineups where only one of them is in the game, because then you can maximize more defense around that one guy. And so if it's OG, McHale, guy who is a better shooter and defender than Josh Hart, and then Josh Hart off the bench, or Josh Hart can still start, but you can have that lineup in your back pocket as well. I think these are ideas, but look, they've moved a lot of picks. They don't have a lot of tradable assets. It's tough to do this stuff. Deuce starting or playing more minutes over Josh Hart with the starters, that's been something Knicks fans have talked about. a lot this season. Another possibility, like, could it be their draft pick, Pacome Dadier, one day? He's 19 years old. It's not going to be right now. Also, I think Tibbs is going to have to play Tyler Kolek next season because I do like his fundamentals as a point guard. He's pass first, but I do like him. The other idea would be, what is the most you can get out of the Mitch Cat lineup and just lean into what the T-Wolves did? I mean, that's your other way of putting an awesome defensive player or another one on the floor with the Cat and Brunson. But then that opens up the whole, just how many minutes can Mitch truly play with the way he plays and you maximize what he does. So we'll see. A lot of their bench guys are on one-year deals. I mean, they have Dadier, Kolek, and Deuce and Mitch still under contract past this season. So Shamit, DeLon, they're going to free agency. So yeah, I feel like that's really it. It's just trying to maximize as much defense and shooting that you can put around Cat and Brunson. Sure, there's always going to be the questions of, like, on any given playoff game, while Cat has definitely gotten better at all this, like, he will still have the moments of just like, dude, what is that foul? But hey, he saved their season back in Game 3. So those are questions, but hey, the Knicks, this is the most interesting that they have been for as long as I've been old enough to know what's going on in the NBA. And yeah, that includes the Carmelo, JR, Steve Novak team. And also, I'm scared of them now, so there you go. Anyway, congrats to the Pacers. Again, series preview for Pacers Thunder will be in a little bit. Game 1 Thursday, good stuff, man.